many of us have them? Friends, ones we can depend on. Friends, how many of us have them? Friends, before we go any further, let's be friends.
The word we use every day. Most of the time we use it in the wrong way. Now you can look the word up again and again, but the dictionary doesn't know the meaning of friends.
And if you ask me, you know I couldn't be much help, because a friend's somebody you judge for yourself. Some are okay and they treat you real cool, and some mistake your kindness for being the fool.
We like to be with some because they're funny. Others come around when they need some money. Some you grew up with around the way, and you're still real close to this very day.
Homeboys through the summer, winter, spring, and fall. And then there's some we wish we never knew at all. And this list goes on again and again. But these are the people that we call friends. When we first went out together, we barely knew each other. We had no intentions on becoming lovers, but in no time at all, you became my girl. Me and you one-on-one against the world. Talking on the telephone for hours at a time, and else I was at your house or you was at mine. And then came the arguments and all kinds of problems. Besides making love, we had nothing in common. It could have lasted longer cause it started out strong, but I guess we went about the whole thing wrong. Cause out of nowhere it just came to an end, because we became lovers before we were friends.
Friends, how many of us have them? Friends, ones we can depend on. Friends, how many of us have them? Friends, before we go any further, let's be friends.
You say you and the girlfriend were so tight, you took her out with you and your guy one night. She even had a set of keys to your home, and you shared mostly everything you own.
But as she shook your hand, she stole your man, and it was done so sweet, it had to be a plan. Couldn't trust her with cheese, let alone your keys. With friends like that, you don't need enemies.
You wonder how long it was all going on, and you're still not sure if your glad he's gone. You say, well, if she took him, he was never mine. But deep inside, you know that's just another lie.
And now you're kinda cold towards people you meet, cause of something that was done to you by some creep. But nevertheless, I'll say it again, that these are the people that we call friends.
Friends, how many of us have them? Friends, before we go any further, let's be friends. Friends, how many of us have them? Friends, ones we can depend on.
this is a microphone. In my hands, it's a pipe bomb. You will apologize. And you will like it. In anybody else's hands, this is a microphone. In my hands, it's a pipe bomb. You will apologize. And you will like it.
personality. I know your anger, I know your dreams. I've been everything you wanna be. Oh, I'm the cult of personality. Like Mussolini and Kennedy. I'm the cult of personality. The cult of personality. The cult of personality. Neon lights, Nobel Prize. When a mirror speaks, the reflection lies. You won't have to follow me. Only you can set me free. It's all the things you need to be. I'm the smiling face on your TV. Well, I'm the cult of personality. I exploit you, still you love me. I told you 1 and 1 make 3. Well, I'm the cult of personality. Like Joseph Stalin and Gandhi. I'm the cult of personality. The cult of personality. The cult of personality. Neon lights, Nobel Prize. When a leader speaks, that leader dies. You won't
Hey, what's up, everybody? All right, thank everybody for coming out. I appreciate you. I won't be here. This is what it says. It's a pop-up. It's just a pop-up stream. I want to talk. Take heed. If you got a few minutes, hit the link for me. I want to talk about something with you. Thank everybody for joining me. Welcome to Through the Fire podcast with TJ. I'm TJ. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. And I try to be the rawest and most practical corner on these Black YouTube streets, you know. And I do my best to try to burn through the nonsense to get through, to basically provide an honest perspective on various issues that affect Black folk. Over here, I try to be the stream that be the voice of the voiceless over here. And for most people, you know, this is just a regular microphone. But for me, I'm trying to evolve to turn this microphone into a pipe bomb. So that's what I'm trying to do over here. So thank you. Welcome to the pop-up live stream. I will not be up here long. I just want to talk about something real quick. And it's because it's been on my mind for about a month now. So what I want to talk about has been on my mind for over a month. So do me a favor, for those of you who are joining right now for this pop-up, go ahead and throw them flames in the chat. Everybody got their own thing on their channel, and I don't have a hook or catch. And I'm like, it's Through the Fire podcast. Throw them flames in the chat when you come into the door, when you're hitting the like button, and when you hear something you like, throw the flames in the chat for me. I appreciate it. Like I stated, I will not be up here long. Because I'm working on a major stream for the 16th, a major live stream for the 16th. So I appreciate you guys if you come back during that live stream on the 16th on Monday. I'll have that up for you guys, or not on the 16th, which is a Monday. I'll have that up on the channel page soon enough for the reminder for that live stream. But yeah, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the flames for me. Let me know you're here. Let me know you're supporting. I want to just go over one quick thing. And believe it or not, what I'm going to talk about for just a few minutes, believe it or not, it was inspired by something Take Heed said. Take heed to the message. And I go out of my way to not reveal any private conversations, but she said something not only to me privately. Am I still there? Okay. Not only did she say something to me privately, but she said something on one of her streams, and she talked about um, friendships. She talked about friendships. He talked about friendships. One of the things that I think have driven you still in YouTube jail, man. What does that mean? I don't know. I don't know what that means. But I wanted to talk about friendships and stuff like that. You know, a lot of people, one of the things I think that, and this is just my opinion, what we suffer from over on, when I say we, I mean black folk, you know, because I don't know nothing about white folk. I ain't got no white friends. I don't have any real experience with them other than working with them jokers. But one of the things that I know that we have always been trying to establish in one way or another is some kind of community, or some kind of community, some kind of connection, something like that. And that was no different than when content creators, black people wanted to do the content creating on YouTube. When they saw that it was a thing, it saw that it was a way to network. When they saw it was a way to generate revenue for themselves, you know, so black YouTube became a thing. You know what I mean? People from all over the place, and people got inspired to start their own channels through various people. I don't think most of us just came up with starting our own channels on our own. We really took, we were probably all watching somebody and thought either we can do what they're doing, or we can contribute to the conversation, or we can do something a little bit creative. Or some of us, you know, we're like, oh, let's just go make some money, you know, and it might be a way to make money if you put in the work to do the YouTube channel. So I think all of us that are creating content decided, I think primarily one, you know, they thought it was a way that they could make revenue because they saw people out here making a lot of money on YouTube, but people don't really understand like how much work it actually takes to actually make money on YouTube. And the fact of the matter is, you can't do YouTube like I'm doing YouTube, which is only going live about twice a month, and then doing videos or clips every other week. You cannot grow YouTube or make a lot of money doing that in that way. I have I should say no other choice, but I do my YouTube channel the way I do it because I'm one of the rare people on YouTube who talk about the fact that I got a real job and a real life outside of it. And I don't have the time to sit and go stream 4 or 5 days a week, create, you know, 5 and 6 videos a day, create 8 to 10 shorts a day. Don't have that time because I actually got a real job, and that real job, those real world jobs take up an exorbitant amount of time for me, which really leaves me a very little time to really invest into my YouTube. So when I go live, it's because I finally got a break, or because I planned, like on the 16th, I'm planning a nice comprehensive live stream on the 16th, which is a Monday, but it's taken me about 2 weeks to put it together because of my schedule. So a lot of people, a lot of black folks, we love communal stuff. So a lot of us, you know, especially during the pandemic, gravitated towards YouTube. A lot of us started networking. People started working together. Some people started earning money together. Some people started building quote unquote friendships. And what I have noticed over the last year with those friendships, and please go ahead, those of you who are new, who are just joining us, go ahead and put the flames in the chat. Put the flames in the chat. Hit the like button. Let me know you're here. We're not going to be here long. I want to talk about friendship. I want to talk about friendship with somebody who's willing to come up as well. So, you know, somebody willing to come up, the link is in the chat. If not, you know, so be it at this point. But one of the things I wanted to talk about is I have witnessed over this last year, 2024, I have witnessed more dysfunctional bullshit amongst black content creators that call themselves friends, or I rock with you, or however you want to put it. And I've sat there and I watched in YouTube time content creators talk about, over the course of the year, talk about how we need to point out the deficiencies in Black women and Black men and our connective with each other. Then I've seen these same content creators, once they have these streams, pointing out the deficiencies in our ability to get along with each other, not just from the dick and pussy, boy meets girl relationship conversations, but from just even being friendships with one another, and also even working with one another. Hold on a second. Let me, I haven't done this in a long time, so let me see if I got something like that. We got some super chats in the way, so we're gonna go ahead and acknowledge those super chats. Let me see. Let me see. What's my super chat? Well, where it go? I don't think I have. I haven't built them into my super chat jingle. I haven't built them into it. Let me see. Public. Let me see. Let's see. Hold on a second. All right, let's just no, that's not enough. Yep. All right, y'all. I want to acknowledge the super chats. So here we go.
Keep it gangsta, dog. Keep it gangsta. 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 I wanna thank you all. I wanna thank you all. I wanna thank you. Keep it gangsta, dog. Keep it gangsta.
All right. Shout out to Almanize with the $2 super chat. You encouraged me to get up off the pot and start mine. I don't know. No, you had a channel before we knew each other. Shout out to Embrace the Grace with the Fire Flames. Thank you for the Fire Flames. And then shout out to my homeboy Blaze, Towards the Goal and Respect. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all for that. And one more time, thank you for the support. And don't forget.
What the hell?
This thing off. Okay. No. All right. Take it off. So, but I've before the super chats came in, what I was saying was, I've seen a lot of the content creators, go out of their way on their platforms to point out just how messed up how we interact with one another, not only from the dick and pussy or the boy meets girl or the long-term relationship, not in the expectations. And then I watched many Black content creators, from a very high horse perspective, talk about our community, and I'm no exception. Talk about our community in a way that suggests that somehow they were above the fray, that they were, and that they had found a way to live their life and build their part of their life in a way that separates them from the debauchery and the fights and the dysfunction, and it gives the impression that their relationship, the relationships that they got in their lives from friends, co-workers, whatever, and even collaborative relationships, that they were okay, that they were doing okay. But over the course of 2024, and because I'm not a big, calling people out, big beef. So I'm talking about in general. In 2024, I've witnessed more fights, breakdowns in relationships that people call themselves friends than a little bit. And then one of the more despicable things is, I've got to see people who we thought had character reveal themselves as the devil incarnate. I've seen people who preach a certain way about how we should move and talk with one another, and then I've seen them betray what seem to be decent human beings. And then I've seen in other platforms where the platforms started out with a noble cause, and then it turned into high school again. The popular kids, the cool kids versus everybody else. The people that were there supporting you at the beginning, you distance yourself from them to exalt, these people who are who seem to be much more cooler, all for sacrificing the actual goal. And so one of the things Take Heed said on one of her streams was, she doesn't have any friends on YouTube. Hey, Take Heed. Is your mic on? It's on?
Yep, it's on.
Oh, okay. All right. And at first I was like, man, that's kind of cold-blooded. You know what I mean? To sit there and say, on YouTube, I don't have any friends. And I was like, that's some cold-blooded shit. That's when I watched you on your stream say that, Take Heed, I was like, oh man, that's cold-blooded, because from my perspective, if I give you my word about my character or how I'm going to treat you, how I'm going to interact with you, that's what it is. And if you reciprocate that for me, that's what it is. You know what I mean? That's friendship. But I've been seeing us as Black folk move so recklessly with each other in these spaces, and then we pretend like somehow, Take Heed, we're moving reckless with one another, but then we'll have streams talking about other people being reckless and we're being reckless ourselves. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
I do understand what you're saying. When I say that I don't have any friends, right? I'm not good with people. Like I don't really run good when it comes to women. If I can sit out here and just be truthful for a minute, I'm truthful all the time. I don't really be caring about what people say.
I get what you mean.
I'm not good with women. Like, I can conversate with you, we can have a conversation, we can talk, but a lot of the women that I have encountered, they have crossed me. So I'm very mindful of how I call a woman my friend. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I don't call people my friend. I just don't come out the gate and be like, we're friends. Because sometimes people that you think is your friend, they will turn on you for no reason.
For no reason.
For no reason, they'll turn on you. So I don't label people my friend. Now, I'll share something with you. My true best friend, my true best friend is my husband. Because no matter what, we fight together. No matter what happens, we're together. You know what I'm saying? No matter what we're going to go through, nobody kicking nobody back in, nobody trying to hurt each other. No one is secretly like, I wish you don't get this. I don't, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. I'm very leery when I say people are my friend. But I can talk to you. We can have a conversation. But I'm very leery when I say that, because even our own, you can be cool with them for months. You can talk to them and stuff like that. But they can go and talk about you behind your back. You know what I'm saying? So I don't trust people like that. I have always been like that. I have always been like that. It's just that sometimes people that you will, and I learned this from when I was younger. Sometimes people that you will label your friend and you love them and you wish them, greatness and you pray with them and all this stuff like that, they'll be the same ones to stab you in your back. So I'm mindful of who I say is my friend. Very mindful.
Yeah, I get that. And let me just say this. We got no Cupcake Zone in the back. I'm going to bring him up in a little bit. In just a second. Cupcake, I hope you hear me. I'm going to bring you up in just a second. I get that. Take heed. And one of the things that I've been thinking of, and maybe I'm just overly thinking this shit, you know what I mean? Because I actually do care about what happened to Black folk, even though a large part of me believes that we are, as a culture, we're walking around on hospice care. You know what happens with hospice care, right? You know what happens when we decide to put somebody on hospice. That means that there's all that can be done has been done. There's nothing more can be done but to make you comfortable and go with dignity. That's what hospice is. And the Black culture, for the most part, about 90% of me feels like, and I'm using the word feels on purpose because men are not supposed to feel, right? Take heed.
Mm-hmm.
But it feels like to me that I'm watching us as a cultural collective body like I'm watching a hospice patient. I think the point that we could have corrected and saved us was in the 90s. So it's kind of like a person who got a diagnosis of aggressive cancer. I hate to use that as an analogy. And they decided to wait a year to get treatment. And it's aggressive, but you wait a year because you're in denial for a year. And by the time you seek treatment, they look at you and go, it's all through your body. It's through your bones. It's in your brain. There's the only hope you got is God right now. And sorry, you know what I mean? They'll even tell you, no, chemo ain't gonna work. Chemo not even gonna preserve a few months out of you no more. The chemo is way worse because you waited too long. So as a Black culture, I think we waited too long. And I see some desperate attempts to try to rebuild or respark or redo something. But in the process of doing that, you're seeing people who are still dysfunctional trying to do that and then causing more harm and accelerating the deterioration a lot faster. I'm trying to have a conversation when I talk about something specific because I don't want to start a war with somebody, because when I go to war, take heed, I go to fucking war. And I don't do it on YouTube, I do it in your face.
No, we don't have to do all that. But I want to share something with you. I have decided, right, when everything sparked up and stuff like that, I had decided that the 21% of brothers I want to talk to and the ones who sat out, on the couch, and then also the 10% of sisters who
go ahead.
The 10% of sisters who was like, I'm going to vote this way, and then the ones who sat it out. But the ones who 98% of them, was it 98%? Let me make sure I got that right. 90%, and then the other one was 79%. Am I saying that right? That voted?
Yeah.
I want to say I'm done. I'm done with them, because we have came as a collective, all of us who voted Democratic Party, that it's okay to kill Black babies. So I as a collective, they made their choice. So on my channel, I just want a cohesive, I want us all to be on one accord. I even started in my chat, right, to do voting polls on my chat.
Mm-hmm.
That whoever votes this way or whoever votes that way, then I know who is in my circle. Because I'm tired of us playing this. We want all of us to come together. They're not. They're not gonna come together. They're doing nonsense. And so I decided when I first started my channel, I said, everybody ain't gonna be able to get on the train. Okay. Some of us are not going to be able to get on the train because we're so separated. You have a lot of women that believe that black men ain't shit. They ain't gonna never be shit. They never was shit. Then you have some black women who believe our men are amazing, that they need to be uplifted more. They need to be talked about more. They need to be prayed for more. Okay. And I'm with those sisters. I'm tired of hearing all the nonsense about our brothers and all the foolery, but nobody can critique the sisters. The sisters get to do whatever they want to do, and nobody don't say nothing. It's not the mama. You know what I'm saying? It's not the mama. This is the thing. Mama can't do no wrong, and I'm just tired. I'm tired of hanging, or not even hanging, but being around the group that, it's not the mama. It's just daddy ain't shit. I don't think that our community will ever be able to rise because we have put the black man on the back burner. And he's supposed to be the head. Now, I'm not saying every black man is supposed to be the head. Because how many times have I said that Pookie and Red Ray bloodline needs to die off? I have said that so many times.
And I agree with you. And we have allowed, I've said this, way when I first started streaming, we've allowed the worst of us to outproduce the best of us. And so the worst of us, which is a small minority, is running around as our representation, including when we're talking about trying to build something or be communal or have friendships or stuff like that. Take heed. What you went through recently, that changed me a little bit, to watch what you went through and to watch who did what they did. And I'm sorry that I'm not going to get into the details on the stream today, but I'm thinking to myself, this technology that that's been built, we could use it in a way to reconstruct who we are in a way that can. Black people in itself are amazing because we spent 400 years in this country in bondage, illiterate, non-productive, and in just over 100 short years, the things that we've accomplished in 100 short years in this country is absolutely remarkable. No other culture in the history of this world has done what we've done in the short amount of time. It takes hundreds of years for our culture to do what we did in less than 100. And if you want to break it down, take heed, it's actually not that. It's actually about 60 years. What we've come from. Do you not know we still got people?
Yeah.
We still got people alive. We still have people alive that walked through Jim Crow. We still got people alive that did that was no water fountains. My grandfather, he's 87 years old, and he couldn't eat at Steak and Shake. He had to go get his food by the back of the goddamn dumpster. We weren't worried about, back then, we weren't worried about, snaking each other because we couldn't afford to snake one another because that's all we needed. Go ahead, no cupcake. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, but you know what? I don't want to come in here and fuck shit up.
No, go ahead and fuck it up. It's a conversation.
You don't know about Dessalines?
Who?
Dessalines.
No.
Toussaint Overture. He got killed and whatever. Dessalines was he presided over Haiti, shit like that.
Oh, the guy that presided over Haiti?
Yeah. If you come You come in, we're gonna give you coffee, and we're gonna give you certain acres of land. Probably like I think it was like 1200, 1200 people of the slaves took advantage of the shit. And no, it wasn't 1200, but most of the slaves went back because in Haiti at that time you can get land, you can get coffee, so that was a cash crop right there. A lot of motherfuckers went back, but anyway, that's what I'm talking about. In Cuba, right? If you are a doctor, like you can go to Cuba and go through a whole doctor's degree and shit like that. That shit don't cost you nothing. Trinidad, Tobago, that type of shit. You hear me? They don't give a fuck about none of that shit, man.
Yeah, well, their culture is different because when you talk about the islands and stuff like that, they actually overthrew their slave masters. That I mean, they did that.
Exactly.
They
That's the
did that.
fuck. Yeah, I mean, the thing about it is, in Haiti, when Dessalines, like,
Hmm.
if you brought something to the culture and shit like that, you free. You free. Why won't you talk? Like, why can't we talk about that? Why can't we talk about the land that they offer you? Like what I'm saying, people from America.
Yeah, but right now, Haiti and the islands, they're not that much. I mean, even though it's black run, black owned, and all that good stuff, their situation, I know, like to try to romanticize it because they overthrew their slavers and took over their own country. Their current condition is not better than ours. I mean, we're talking about just the
Right,
economy.
but I
We're
mean,
talking about the economy, the
but
violence, the economy, the
can
violence over
we
there.
can we acknowledge it though
Yeah, we
that
acknowledge it.
they
We acknowledge that they did that, but to to
this I
to what
mean
end? Huh?
but most black people don't know who this is. This said, hey, you know what? You can have this much acres and coffee and shit like that. Ask the average black person about this they don't know nothing about him.
Yeah. Well,
Sure?
a lot of black folks don't know the fact that the majority of slaves were not on cotton plantations; they were on tobacco farms.
Right.
A lot of people don't know that. Hold on a second, no cupcake. Hold on a second. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. But take heed. I pulled up the definition of friend. Okay, I want to read it to you. Okay, it says a friend is. It says a friend is someone who shares a mutual bond, trust, affection, and support. They are a person who values your well-being, accepts you for who you are, and offers companionship in both good times and bad. A true friend respects your boundaries, celebrates your success, and stands by you during challenges and create a safe and meaningful connection. That's the Webster's Dictionary definition of a friend. And let me just give Messy Michonne a shout out real quick. One of the things that she told me to do earlier on when I started trying to do YouTube stuff was to do it alone. She had been doing it for a while and she understood how dysfunctional the goddamn space was. You know what I mean? And I accepted it because guess what I do? Guess what I've been doing alone for a while? Take heed my channel, But that doesn't mean that I don't see other people's channels. That doesn't mean that I don't go visit and what they call cloud watch and stuff like that and see this stuff going down. And it doesn't mean that I don't see, people who I thought were decent turn out to be a goddamn viper. But yet you're out here talking about what we need to do as black people. I don't think, okay, take heed. People voted for Donald Trump, and there's a degree of people who voted for Donald Trump, and and that's fine, and they voted for his agenda, and that's fine. I'm not upset about that. What I am concerned about, take heed, is we have latched on to a narrative that we think is for our best interest, and it's not. Now, there's this big old push to get rid of the first of all, I gotta be honest, I didn't know what the fuck DEI was, because I had never heard that. I just, people just started using the term, but I didn't understand that it was like diversity, equity, and that policy. You know what I mean? That's that policy that's born out of affirmative action. So people use all these fancy terms, and I just be like, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But then when I go look at it, I'm like, oh, I know what the fuck that is. You know what I mean? Let me tell you something. In the last 10 years, the Supreme Court has gutted the Voting Rights Act, has gutted affirmative action, and now you got a whole list of companies that are getting rid of their diversity, equity policies in their company culture. There's a lot of black people who are cheering this on, and I understand the intellectual side of cheering this on. I want to be brought in. I want to be done things on my own merits. I think that's great too. That's a great perspective to have. But we are forgetting that those constitutional amendments, those policies, these laws, they were enacted for a fucking reason. They didn't come. The Voting Rights Act did not come because a woke culture. It came out because we were getting killed because we wanted to vote. The country system understood what voting meant. You know what I mean? They understood what it meant. And they wanted Negroes not to have that power, because your vote, take heed, is just as powerful as Donald Trump's vote. There's a reason why they had the affirmative action, that they came up with affirmative action. There's a reason behind it. And a lot of people don't even know what affirmative action is. Everybody thinks it's a fucking quota system. It's not. If you actually read affirmative action, it says nothing about companies having to have a quota of Negroes, a percentage of Negroes, a percentage of Hispanics, a percentage of women. And in the group of people that benefited the most from affirmative action were black women. Right behind them were white women. The singular largest group that benefited from affirmative action, take heed, were women. Why do you think the majority of the workforce now is female? Clarence Thomas doesn't have his Supreme Court seat if it wasn't for affirmative action. They gutted the Voting Rights Act. They got rid of affirmative action. Now they're getting rid of the diversity, equity, inclusion. The only thing that's left, take heed, is the 13th Amendment. Do you know what the 13th Amendment is?
Yes, I know what it is. I gotta ask a question though. Before we go into any more, I gotta ask a question. Why was I called to the head of the class?
Well, I wanted just to talk to you about, about friendships and how that that when we try to build a connection or try to build a camaraderie, we do it with the best intentions. We do it with a pure heart, and then we still get, run afoul by people that we gave a little bit of trust to. That's why.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm. So we're talking about the situation that happened. That's why you called me up.
I'm talking about friendship in general. The fact of the matter is we're still trying to build a community, but how can you build a community with people that can't even understand the basic tenets of friendship? How can you collaborate? How can we take advantage of this technology, take heed? How can we take advantage of this technology, and rebuild, pieces of our culture that's been lost against, where you and I ain't got to be in the same space where we can still build something. How can we do that when we got the majority of us out here in these spaces with these platforms who don't understand the basic tenets of friendship? How can you work with somebody if how can you work with people or trust people when any collaboration, you have to have a shared mutual bond and a shared trust. That's the first line of the definition.
Mm. You know what? I'm gonna share something with you. Most of y'all have been in this space longer than me, and so y'all know who are the snakes in the water. You know what I'm saying? You have said things to me privately and said, da 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 da, take heed, watch this. And I was at all like, nah, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. And then look, it came to pass. So to take care of myself and my heart, I said that I'm not gonna rock with nonsense.
There you
You know
go.
what I'm saying? Because that's just my character. I'm not gonna rock with nonsense. So that's why I decided, okay, let me just separate myself from this foolery. Because sometimes you will get in circles and the circles will be to your demise. And that's not what you came to YouTube for. Now, some of us came to YouTube because we want to be known. Some of us came to YouTube because we have lessons to teach. And some of us came to YouTube because we want to make money. Now, all content creators that do YouTube, more than likely, they want to make money. Some have lessons, and some got hardcore lessons to teach. But I just decided I don't want to be in a circle that, you have one agenda that is supposed to go this way. As a collective, we're all joining hands together. And then you start throwing stuff out left field and
Mm-hmm.
screwing up the circle. So I don't want to be a part of that.
How
Now
long you been?
you really think that they want to drop, you really think they want to do something to the 13th Amendment?
Do I think
You really think they would want to do something to the 13th Amendment?
I?
I think that's like y'all, a lot of y'all say stuff like that, and I don't see it happening. I
Yeah,
don't
and
see
yeah,
that.
I know. And here's the thing: I don't have a firm stance on it. All I'm doing is I'm looking. Okay, let me back up. How long you been on YouTube?
Only 2 years.
Yeah, same. I think you and I probably started about the same amount of time. When we have private and I hip you to something, it's not because I know them people. It's because I'm watching the pieces. You understand what I'm saying? And the pieces don't make any sense to me. I'm like, okay, I'll see one thing, and then I'll see a second thing, and then I'll connect that second thing to the first thing. Then I'll see a third thing. Then I'll connect the third thing to the first thing to the second thing. Then I'll see a fourth thing. Then I'll have a picture. And I'll go,
Mm.
okay. Whether I might be right or wrong, I go, this is where this is look like it's about to go. And if it's close to somebody that I care about, I'll sound the alarm. Even if I'd rather be wrong. I'd rather sound the alarm and be wrong than sound the alarm and not say nothing. And then you find out that I knew or had an inclination about it, and I didn't say nothing, but then I called myself a friend. You understand what I'm saying? So when I'm thinking about messing with y'all isn't true. I'm thinking about, she come on up. I'm thinking about this. I'm not a conspiracy theorist at all. Take heed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist at all. But I'm looking at the pieces. In order to, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist, in order to take a run. Now, they've not made a single comment about the 13th Amendment, but when you look at the pieces, what's next? They got rid of they gutted the Voters' Rights Act. That was born out of the 60s, the Voters' Rights Act. They got rid of that. They compromised the Voting Rights Act. And immediately when the Supreme Court gutted the Voting Rights Act, you had states like Alabama, South Carolina, North Carolina, Missouri. You had a lot of states start doing real reckless stuff around voting rights, gerrymandering, reckless gerrymandering. And these states had to, the ACLU had to take these states to federal court. They wouldn't have had to do that, and the states would not have been allowed to mess with the voting, how they administer the voting in these states that disproportionately affected Black folks, if they had not gutted the Civil Rights Act. The next thing that they gutted was affirmative action. And you can thank the Asians students that were trying to get into Harvard for that. They thought it was unfair, but they didn't understand that they thought it was unfair. But the very things that was designed to protect you and me, protect them too, but now we don't have that at all. And now the next thing in the process is the diversity, equity, inclusion policies. So are you saying
a little bit?
Are you saying they're going to stop right there? Are you saying that they're going to just stop right there?
I didn't say they weren't going to just stop right there, but to go to the 13th Amendment that it abolished slavery, that doesn't, I'm going to share something with you that I believe wholeheartedly. We are not our ancestors. We are not our ancestors. And I'm not saying our ancestors are weak in any way. I'm not saying that, because there were so many uprisings that they don't even report or tell us in the history books.
Yeah.
Okay. But like I said, we are not our ancestors. So I'm not going to get up here and be like, yeah, they're going to do that. Because if somebody think that that's going to just happen to us like that and it's going to be easy, they're crazy. You know what I'm saying? They're crazy. We're in every part of life in the United States. That doesn't sound right. You know what I'm saying? But I understand what you're saying. But I want to play a little bit devil's advocate. All these things that were in place for us, right? Okay. Mm-hmm. All these things that they put in place for us. When we saw other people getting it, did we speak out?
No.
When we saw other cultures that looked like us that came across, did we say something? Did we say that, oh no, the promise that y'all gave us is not supposed to be for people who look like us that came across from another part of the world? We didn't say nothing. No, we got out there and marched with these people. We got out there and did foolery, talking about, oh, we want equal rights. We want equal rights. Listen, this is the thing. The stuff that was in place for us, did we go get it? Did we go get it? No, most of us sat down and we didn't say anything. We just continue on. Just like it was an Indian young man that's brown skin like me. He was bragging about how he got into a medical school because he shaved off his hair. Okay? He shaved off his hair and he went off to college and made people believe that he was African American. Did we say anything? Do we have our children to benefit from these programs for college? Not all of our children go to school, go to college. Not all of them do. There's so many things that benefited us, but we don't even use them. Other people will come from foreign countries and come up here and use everything that was designed for us. So that's my problem right there. Black women, we will get out here and say we are oppressed. We oppressed, all this other stuff. We running around talking about we oppressed, okay? I hope I said that word right. Get out here and say all that, and then run up here and march with the Caucasian women talking about we want equal rights. Mind you, these women who was out here marching with you done ran their happy ass back in the house with their husbands, and watch y'all get out here and march against your own men. We ride for everybody cause LGBTQIA+. Same thing. We oppress. We need equal rights. Black women, what they do, they ran out there with them. Okay, mind you, the home front of the Black community is on fire, but they're running out there with everybody else and marching with them. If anybody want to say that they oppress, it should be the Black men. Because once Black women get in power, they act like they don't know who their brothers are. So I'm tired of that. I'm sorry. If you didn't go out there and grab what was designed for you to have, that's not my problem. That's
Hold on
not
a second.
my problem.
Hold on a second, Take Heed. I got somebody.
I'm a black woman. I'm a black woman. I'm a black woman. Listen to a single mom. It's time to listen to a single mom. I'm a single mom. I'm a single mom. Mom.
Something wrong with you.
What's up, Michelle?
Oh, what's going on, y'all? This is a mess. Y'all, I can't leave you for 5 minutes. What is going on, y'all? Too much. I can't take it. I can't take it.
He called me.
Huh?
He started all this talking about take heed. I was laying down in the bed with my husband. He's talking about take heed, come up.
Uh-oh. I hear you snapping, girl. I hear you. TJ,
Yes.
you be trying to start shit, okay? Let me get back into character here. You just be trying to start sugar honey iced tea. Listen, you know we got issues. And we don't want to handle the real issues. And that is the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah, and for a guy like me, like, people come up on YouTube, and we've had this conversation 1,001 times, so you're not gonna hear anything differently out of me. I just get sick, tired. They're out here and they're perpetuating the mess while pretending like they're doing something to fix it.
You know what? I don't know if y'all have seen the recent videos talking about Al Sharpton, Nate the lawyer, actual justice warrior, beast, Black conservatives perspective, have basically done recent exposés on shit we already knew. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it's going to do anything, but before we honestly be worried about somebody else, we got to figure out what the hell it is that we doing, because people around here are falling for the wrong people, listening to the wrong people, and then want to blame white people. And I'm not absolving white people from nothing. Shout out to the white people if they hear. I'm just saying we need to be focused on what we need to do. We can't focus on that when we found grifters. Not we.
But I keep, one of my mantras have been, we love to be finessed.
Oh, I know. I stole that. Sorry. Stolen.
Yeah. We absolutely love to be finessed, and
We
then
do.
we'll start to try finessing folk, and then wrap it up in terms of friendship and and collaboration and cooperation. Get the fuck out of here.
Well,
So
then
Which
there's that. Not to cut you off, we have gotten so many opportunities, and I can't say if it's from affirmative action or any of the other things. D and I, child, D and I is a lie. Okay, DE and I is a lie. We already had that shit in place. They just gave them that acronym after George Floyd. That's all that is. We already had the shit.
I
Corporate
didn't even know
America.
what the fuck that was. People
I
say
ain't even know
DEI,
either until all
DEI.
this started
I was like,
happening.
what the hell is a DEI? I had no idea what. Then finally, I decided to go look the shit up. I was like, oh, I know what the fuck that is.
How about the fact that they asked for this DEI, okay?
Yes.
And this black women, I'm gonna be honest, that's who it was, and got it, and then mad when people use it saying it's racist. You're using it as a racist term. Shut the fuck up. You got what you wanted, you still mad. I'm sick of this shit. We already had this in place. They appeased you. They put the banana in the tailpipe. You thought you had something. You fell for it. And here we are now. It's gonna go. It's been going away. They think Walmart's the first one. As soon as I went back to work.
I got a list. I'm trying to figure it out. Hold on, I got a list. I don't know how to use fucking Instagram
Google.
shit. No, I saved it to the instant. Fuck it. There's a whole list of companies that came out. Yeah, Walmart was number one. Was the first one. Harley. I remember them saying Harley Davidson because Harley Davidson is in my hometown. They were one that's gotten rid of their DEI or DYE, whatever you want to call it, program.
No, Walmart was not the first. Walmart is the only one that's making the announcement because Starbucks is on there. Starbucks is on there. You know, GD. Well, I'm not giving that up.
Oh, yeah. That's why they trying to boycott Walmart. I said, okay, all right, I understand.
Right.
Oh my God.
What did I do with it? Oh well, yeah. That's how I fucking hate this technology. I don't know nothing about no damn technology. Well, I thought I saved it. It was a list of motherfuckers, but I ain't got it.
But then they're also trying to throw in anybody that donated to Donald Trump. Like we went through this already in 2016 or whenever he first came in. I think it was 2016. Don't shop here, don't shop there. Fine, stop shopping there. Okay, if that's what you want to take your stand on, but we ain't got shit. Don't go crying to nobody, and don't ask for no donations, because that's Chick-fil-A. Who stopped eating Chick-fil-A?
Well, me.
I never. Yeah. I mean, I don't eat it because it's salty, but I'm just saying these niggas be nigging. Ain't no way they stop none of that. And as soon as they start with the As soon as they start with
did you say niggas? Did you say niggas be nigging?
Sorry, I'm not home. I'm sorry. I'm not on my own channel.
Jesus.
Sorry.
Damn, Michelle.
I'm getting ready for tomorrow.
You getting ready for church tomorrow? Talking about these niggas be nigging, right?
It's true though. Sorry.
They do. It's true.
Yeah, I'm getting ready for this, this inauguration. I'm seeing, all of this stuff ramping up, and a lot of us are not going to survive what's coming because we're not prepared for it. Our mind is fucked up, and we just so addicted to the niggerdom of our, of our programming. So I don't know. I am cleaving to those who have proven to have been something that, that's trustworthy and shaking the dust off my feet. Ain't that what they say in the Bible? For those who, choose to, go another way.
Yeah. I hear you. Listen, I don't be dealing with many of nobody, child, at all. Because I don't be trusting nobody, especially women. Shout out to my girl here with me on the panel though. But I don't, I don't be fooling with women. Y'all already know one hand. But niggas are a mess too. You ninjas, sorry, let me calm down. You ninjas be a mess too. Plenty of them are a mess. That's why I be selective with that too.
That peanut's a problem.
Excuse me. I see Kofa is here. he on the list. You know, it's a very selective list of who I be talking to or anything like that. You know, I be fooling around with everybody. But there's plenty of people I can just see. It's like, I ain't got time for this. It's foolish. That don't sound right. That don't look right. And y'all don't see me near none of it. Near around none of it. Near around none of it.
No, that's right, Missy.
And that's okay because I need time off of this thing anyway. A lot of the time, but I let people talk. That's my motto. Let people talk. They're going not necessarily the Maya Angelou, but if you listen more, you hear what's going on and know who you can and can't fool with.
Yeah, and the one thing that I love and hate about, the one thing I love about time reveals. It reveals. It reveals the snakes, the serpents, all of that. It reveals.
Shout out to the bar.
Yeah, it really does. And boy, my little 2 funky years up here on YouTube, boy, I came in with gleeful hope and seeing this person and that person, this group and that group, and watched it all fucking crumble.
Most definitely. That came in all rosy-eyed, like you said, with lead attorney. Child, I was everywhere. Now, let me get on here and do what I got to do and get my ass off here. First thing in the morning is Take Heed or TC, and much after that is whoever I can catch when I feel like doing a replay on a video. That's it.
Yep, I used to go everywhere trying to be because I saw all of this. I saw all of this collaboration going on. I'm like, oh my God, there's a digital renaissance. That shit's exciting for people who've been thirsting for it. And then to just watch 2020. Cat Williams' funky ass, that motherfucker said 2024. He said 2020 will God damn.
He did. I just was quoting him this morning. He did.
He said that, and I know everybody thought he was talking about, like the celebrity. No. Just look at your life on a micro level. What has transpired in 2024?
Yeah, I hope he took this spell off for 2025 get here. That's for daggone sure.
You said cut the spell off. You said cut the spell off. God damn. So I'm just doing, circling my wagons and hipping people. When I see something coming some way that somebody that I think is decent, I'll step in it and sound the alarm for them. And then everybody else, I guess at this point, be damned. You do what you do. Like, I'll give you an example. Like last night I was at work and this motherfucker was in there not just refusing. He in there suffering, damn near dying, and refusing the help that I need to come and do. I fucking walked out of the room.
Right, because you was black.
Huh?
Because you was black?
No, not because I was black, because he's a fucking idiot. And so we got a lot of people out here that you're begging to do the right thing because to help them and to help us. And sometimes you just got to turn around and walk the fuck out the room and let whatever happens happen.
I agree
too.
And that's in every aspect of my life. And and the fucking doctor gonna look at me. You're walking out the room? Yes. I gotta go. I gotta go see somebody who actually wants me to help them.
Exactly. Why am I going to force you? All these choices got consequences. Whatever you win from your choices, good luck to you. To you.
But Sean, I've learned a lot about life working in the medical field. Do you not know that there's a good number of people that we gotta let them go into cardiac arrest before we can save them? We have to allow for them to do that. And if we allow them to go into cardiac arrest because of their choices, there's only a 50-50 chance we're going to get them back. And when you're trying to explain this to people, look, you need this intervention right now. This is intimate. If you wait and you do this, we might not be able to get you back. Them motherfuckers will still look you dead in the face. They'll swing at you. I ain't doing that. Try something else. Ain't nothing else to fucking try. But for me to walk out the goddamn room. And that's exactly what you know how many people, Michonne, that we've had to watch their heart stop in order to fucking save them? That's how I look at black. This is how I'm looking at black people now.
Oh, you just got it that way? Oh, you just got here with that? Oh, sugar honey iced tea, child. Welcome.
Mm.
Welcome
gonna-
to the other side.
Say welcome.
Did you say welcome to the other side?
Welcome to the other side, child.
I cannot believe.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie to you, Messy. I'm there. Messy, this whole fiasco recently, I am there. I ain't lying to you. I'm tired.
Girl, welcome
I
to the
didn't
other
even know.
side,
I
child.
didn't even know. I didn't even know because I came to YouTube like, oh, I'm gonna be talking to my sisters and hopefully somebody take heed to the message, this and that. I get the worst pushback. They will get in here, call me everything but the child of God. You know what I'm saying? I hope your husband leave you. I hope
Well,
he cheat on you. All this nonsense for no reason.
it is a reason. It's a reason, but I ain't even gonna get into that. All I will say is that that's why, people will look at me harshly. They think I guess I can be harsh. I guess you can say that. But I gotta protect myself because I know there's fools that's gonna be out here trying to come for me and trying to take me down. So I'm gonna have to limit that. I'm gonna let you know that I'm not the one to play. So play if you want to. I'll play if I'm in the mood. I don't even block people. Because they don't even understand. And it's always niggas. Sorry, niggas. Always niggas. Always. Always.
She was so nasty and so rude that I don't even.
Yeah. Yeah.
To me, I'm gonna share something with you. I'm tired. I just want to be in my space and talk to like-minded people. I know, listen, somebody said you don't want to be an echo chamber. Let me share something with you. I want to be on the same train that people have the same mindset. We're trying to save each other. That's the train I want to be on. I don't want to be on the train with the ones talking about, oh, you think you better. Oh, because you got a husband. Oh, because of this and that. I don't want to be on the train with heifers like that. I want to be on the train where we all thinking the same. Let's save each other, like-minded. I'm tired. Look at this foolery. I thought that I had made a circle for myself. And baby, the rude awakening was not funny. I was like, oh shit.
And I was
And
a,
mind you, let me share
friend.
something with you. No, true. Mind you, I'm gonna share something with you. It's good to watch from the clouds. You learn a
It
lot.
is. Yes, you
From
do.
the clouds. All you gotta do is just sit up in somebody's chat. They don't know you there or nothing. Just watch from the clouds. That's a blessing to watch from the clouds. I was wondering, like, when people said, I'm like, what are they talking about? Watch from the clouds. I had to ask the oldest child. She's like, Mama, you just sit in the chat and don't say nothing.
Mashawn, somebody called anything. Last week. Somebody on their channel called me a bitch made nigga.
A woman?
No, it was a fucking dude. A bitch made nigga.
Goodbye.
Mashawn, let me back it up. I actually had an issue. I called that motherfucker offline. I didn't go on my channel. I called like a man.
Mm-hmm.
And then I turn around and find out because somehow, between that and the time he did that, somehow I turned into a bitch made nigga. I said, "Oh my god!"
Wait! You were on their channel and they said that
no,
to you?
No. There was an issue, and I called in to address the issue. Called them directly. I'm not fighting with nobody on fucking YouTube. You know what I mean? If I got a fucking problem with somebody, if I got a problem with Messy Michon, I got an issue with Messy Michon, I know how to ring up Messy Michon. I'm not going to jump on YouTube's Through the Fire podcast and try to air out my fucking grievances with Messy Michon. The reason I'm not going to do that because I value my quote unquote friendships. I value them.
Mm-hmm.
So if I value them, and if there's an issue, then we talk the issue out and see what. And it might be I misunderstood something, but there's no going back when you go out and fucking try to air somebody out publicly. This shit here's right, but believe it or not, we don't own this shit. YouTube do.
Exactly.
And so that if I go out there and I air out Messy Michonne about some petty fucking grievance I got, ain't no coming back from that.
Exactly.
But if I go and talk to you one-on-one, you know, there's it could be something simple and easy, and we move on and we continue to do what we do, you know, from time to time. But no, and so that's what I did with this fucking fella. And then the next thing I know it, from the time, I mean, if he falls, why couldn't he tell me when he was on the phone with me that I was a bitch made nigga? I would that'd have been easier.
Because sounds like he the bitch ass nigga, honestly.
And I was like, yo, and I was like, you know, I'm built different. I'm just built different.
Well,
I would have had more respect if he would have told me over the, you know, when we were having a conversation. I would have respected that more, because it wasn't like, oh, you gonna fire up a stream and then you got an issue with another motherfucker and I'm a bitch made nigga because I don't have the high school shit, because I don't have the fucking same issue you got.
Oh, they made a live stream about you? I'm so
not
confused.
about me. No, it wasn't about me. It was about somebody else, but I got roped in because I didn't have the same issue with that person that they did.
Oh, the mob mentality. That's what that sounds like.
Yes.
Oh, you know how niggas do. You got to be a part. That's what's happening right now, though. Since you brought up the election, it's mob mentality, which is why calling out everybody that's having a fit because black men, that they want to say, of course, didn't vote for Cam when it's really white women. Where are all the videos that they got to say about white women or Latinos? It's just black men. And if you don't agree with it, then that means there's something wrong with you. I'm like, child, I ain't got time.
But the messed up part is that black men voted with them. They voted with them. Only 21% did not, but majority of them voted with them. And that breaks my heart to even say that. But they still came to social media and disgraced black men. They still came. They still doing it now. I just watched a video of a young girl talking about if somebody shoot a black man in the neck or some nonsense, that she ain't going to go alert nobody. Can you imagine?
Oh yeah, I did a video. Somebody said LYNCHING that they waiting for that to happen. I think it was a tether, actually, a musty tether. But the point is that like even without those videos, it's like I can, I kind of can see who people are. I would just be like, I ain't got time to be fooling around with these people from the gate. But I'm gonna put it out there because people need to know. But where's the elites to point this stuff out? They don't want to point that stuff out.
None at all.
So I understand what you trying to say, RBN, about what they're trying to get rid of and what it's going to be like. I'm not going to say that it's going to be peachy keen with Donald Trump as president. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that a racist is going to be a racist. I just got off of a whole boat of 6,000 people. 6,000 people. I told a story on one of my live streams where this man was on this boat with his whole family and he can't stand his in-laws because they voted for Donald Trump. And I'm just like, but you still came on this trip? Well, yeah, I did it for the kids. And in my mind, I'm like, well, if it's not right for your kids, according to you, then why would you even come on this trip? I didn't call him names. In my mind, I'm like, well, you're a bitch ass white man. Honestly, you ain't even in charge. Like, why would you do that? Nobody want to stand on anything. But he said they left their MAGA stuff in the room. I said, well, they could bring their MAGA stuff out. I don't give a damn. You better leave me the fuck alone. And guess what? Don't nobody ever, let me not say ever. No one has ever bothered me. Let me put it that way. Or anybody in my family.
I got something to say about political racism.
Trump's a racist.
But besides the fact that Trump's a racist, I reminded somebody and they sent me the fucking HR the other day, which is I spend more. I don't know how come I ain't been fired yet, Michonne, because I'm all like it's about once a week I'm in fucking HR about something.
I need you to calm down. Ain't no more affirmative action in DEI. I'm gonna need you to calm down.
Yeah, I was at HR 2 weeks ago because they said I threatened to whoop my supervisor's ass. I said I did not threaten that woman.
Did you? Don't say nothing on here.
Well, she talked to me crazy, and all I said, Michonne, all I said was, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me like you can kick my ass. I'm gonna make you prove it.
Ooh, you worse than me. You are worse than me.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I said that to a white woman.
You know you can't say that. I don't care if she's white. You can't say that to a woman.
True.
Don't talk to me like you can whoop my ass. We ain't got no problem.
Why you tell me that? I might have to use that on my supervisor. Damn it.
Don't.
That's a good one.
But the racist people I pointed this out, which landed me as HR. People forget that LBJ is probably one of the most racist presidents we've had in modern time. And we're talking about, and George Washington had fucking slaves. LBJ was probably more racist than them, and LBJ signed the Civil Rights Act. President Reagan had a profound hatred of Martin Luther King. He came out and said Martin Luther King got what he deserved, and signed the Martin Luther King and it signed the making Martin Luther King Day a national law.
I didn't know he said that.
I'm paraphrasing what he said, but that was he essentially said Martin Luther King got what he got coming to him, and then a few months later signed his fucking MLK Day to making it a national holiday. LBJ signed the fucking Civil Rights Act, and everybody that he worked for that worked at the White House that was black, they didn't have a name. Their name was nigga. Where's my nigger Butler? Where's my nigga this? Them nigga this. Call King a nigga to his face. But turned around and signed the Civil Rights Act. But we worried about Donald Trump being a racist.
Trump's a racist. Trump's.
Ask Al Sharpton about him being racist.
We're worried about Trump being a racist. If somebody asks me, is Trump a racist? I go, yeah. I go, absolutely. But I go, but who cares?
All white people are racist. That's it. All of them. Now,
and let me share something with you. And us too.
For sure.
Us too. We have same issues. Us too.
We can't be racist. We only prejudice. We can't be racist.
Oh, please.
We can't be racist. But when people say that just is like, well, do you hear what you're saying? That's a problem. We can't be racist because we don't own anything to keep from anyone. That's a problem. That's the actual problem.
So you say that we own some shit, then we could qualify as a racist.
Yes, but still in 2024, we don't own shit, which is why when the Walmart thing came up, I was like, so where y'all gonna buy your shit from that's black owned? Where am I gonna buy a TV from?
Walmart the other day, so I don't even.
Girl, Walmart. Girl, my last video with saying that Walmart doing better basically than daggone Target. So, child, nobody takes these people seriously. No, I don't. Let me rephrase
that. Why don't we call our elites to order? Our so-called elites. All of them that made money off Cam, because that's what Messi called her. All of them that made money off Cam, okay? And then just to rob the black community. They done made money. It's crazy.
Because black people love to be scammed. I just commented on somebody's shit on Facebook, and I really just see stuff I can hold myself. Sorry, go ahead, TJ.
I'm almost starting to feel sorry for Kamala Harris because she got fucking used. All these people that she paid, they fucking around and did this shit for Hillary and Barack for free.
I didn't blame her completely. I really didn't blame her completely. When they stuck her in there and kicked Joe out, Nancy, Obama, whoever was responsible for that, that's where the problem lies.
That's where it is.
It's not even all her fault.
No, it's not.
I agree with you. And I mean, what you just said, I didn't even think about it from that perspective. You're right. They was all willing to do all that tap dancing for those two. They allowed Hillary to sit up there talking about hot sauce in my bag. And I got a bat in the back like lemonade or whatever the hell she said. That foolishness. Crazy ass shit. Anything to be shucking and jiving. And then all of a sudden you want to talk about me? Fuck them. Bring your ass. Send me a super chat and tell me, insult me. Stop hiding in the comments. Shit.
Absolutely. But yeah, so that me sitting around, maybe I was just thinking too. I said, I'm just gonna do a pop. I'm just sitting around here, ain't doing shit on my one day off that the white man gave me off. I sitting around just thinking about this shit. We in for a rude awakening because of our lack of ability to be a decent quote unquote friend. And I was thinking about what Takey said. I ain't got no, and I'm on the same page with her. I don't think I.
Sorry.
Yep. And now in my very optimistic mind, I say I want to grow some type of friendship with some like-minded people. But I understand. I'm looking at this shit that we're doing out. What we see on YouTube, black folk doing, it's just a microcosm of what's going on in the community.
I was about to say, this is Tiffany Henyard on steroids, it sounds like. They just out here doing the same. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But can I just say something real quick? The thing that hurts so much is that a group of us will collectively get together to block off one person. And if you don't collectively go along with the group, then they get ready to start bashing you and saying all this foolery about you. I'm going to share something with you. I'm a grown-ass woman. Whoever I want to talk to, I'm going to talk to. Whoever I want to shout out on my motherfucking channel, I'm going to shout them out on my channel. I don't care about what anybody comes say to me, take a fake heed and all this other bullshit. I give two shits. Because when I came out my mama pussy, it was one person.
Oh my goodness. Viewer discretion is advised, child.
I'm sorry. I'm mad.
Take heed, takeover. Is that what you're doing? But no, we definitely got some. I said after the election, and I said after I've seen all of these everybody that was collaborating with each other, ain't nobody fucking collaborating with each other no more. It's crazy. We met inside the mastermind, Mashawn, lead attorney's mastermind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he dissolved that motherfucker too. He dissolved the mastermind and created a second mastermind, and he dissolved that, but we found out why he deserved that one. The brother got sick. And
I didn't even know there was a second one, so you know more than me.
There was a second one. Absolutely. There was a second one. And that only lasted about 3 months. And then he just abruptly dissolved it. And make it so bad, I never went to the second one. I was just, getting the emails and stuff like that. And then he dissolved that. But, back at the height of all of this stuff, you saw all of these cross promotions, cross platforming, collaborating, trying to get stuff together. And all of those so-called relationships, friendships, all dissolved over petty fucking grievances and people doing nigga shit to each other.
But that's how all the R&B groups all messed up too. It's the same story.
It's like, wow. Man, if they decide, if I heard what Takey said, we're not if they try some shit, we're not our forefathers type of people. Takey, let me tell you something. I have very little hope. If the khakis and tiki torches want to roll down the street and start knocking off our black folk, I do not have the same high what's the word I'm looking for? I don't have the same level of encouragement that we will fight them off. How can we fight them off when we're a bunch of individuals? How can we fight them off when 70% of our women are by themselves? How can we fight them off? What are you talking about? So if they let's just say hypothetically speaking, they do get rid of the 13th Amendment. Now, if they get rid of the 13th Amendment, I don't think it's going to be black slavery. I think it's going to be class, economic.
I definitely agree. I think that's more of what it is, like Aminai said.
Yes, it's going to be economic because look at the middle class is no longer $60,000, $70,000. You can barely make it on 67 when the average rent, fuck a mortgage, the average rent is about $1,600 across the United States, and you only making 60,000, 70,000. And then for black folk, we're talking about we're separate. even though fuck what you're seeing on YouTube, but they're saying women are making the bag, $38,000 a year. That's what black women are making. I don't give a fuck what somebody say on YouTube. How can you pay a $1,600 a month rent with $38,000 a year? Your damn near your rent is damn near your fucking monthly income.
But if it happens like that, look at what will happen. If it happens like that, what will happen? We'll have no choice but to do what? To come together. People won't be able to live on their own. They'll have no choice but to come together. Only some of them who are already married and understand the assignment will survive. Because everybody out here talking about, I'm an independent woman. This is the foolery that we got to deal with. I want to share something with you, TJ, and I like what you said, that we may not, we're not going to come together. I'm going to share something with you. Negroes like to fight, okay? That's one thing that we have missed, okay? We may not agree on everything, but Negroes like to fight, okay? You ever hear how somebody trying to explain how they was fighting with somebody, they excited about it? Negroes like to fight. I'm sorry. That's it. That's it. So now, if they do decide that they want to do that by class, then that right there, black women will have to understand the assignment. They can't survive on their own. And they know they ain't gonna want to be in what they call a mommy community, because they know we all don't get along in no mommy community. So they'll have to look and seek for a covering. I'm sorry, it should be. Because when you get up here, when we've been telling y'all get yourself right so that a man of substance will find you. Now they'll have no choice. Listen, I'm not here trying to talk about doomsday, woe is me, and all this other stuff. I'm not going to sit up here and say Donald Trump going to be the best president. But I know for damn sure Kamala Harris would not been a good president. I don't care what nobody say.
I think we all could agree to that. I mean, that's why they didn't support her. The institution itself didn't believe in her. That was evident. When they
about to prop her up again, 2028.
That's some bullshit.
Lord.
Seriously.
Come on. Who's gonna prop who up?
Lost all that money.
They are trying to prop her up. It's between her, Gavin Newsom, Josh Shapiro, and now they trying to say AOC. Ain't nobody voting for her. Ain't nobody voting for them.
Josh Shapiro might get it. Josh Shapiro might get it.
Well, 4 years is a long time away.
That is true, but America is not. If you couldn't get Hillary, I don't know why they thought they was getting Cam. But anyway,
right, I told this white boy at work. I said the best choice, the best opportunity that they've had, and probably will have in the next 100 years, was Hillary Clinton, and that's what. And I said, who do they have out there? Hillary was an exception to the rule as far as what people believe to be female leadership is. I think Hillary would have been an excellent executive. I actually do. She just not personable. And that was one of the things that she struggled with especially with men. She to a lot of white men, she came across as a nagging, hand-picking wife. That's how they interpreted her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, but she was absolutely, we're talking about skill set. No one ever came out during that campaign, before it or after it, dogged her ability to be an executive, because they saw her as a senator. They saw her over the State Department. I mean, Benghazi was a fucking dumpster fire, but let's not forget George W. Bush is a war criminal. So we're not gonna pretend like, her one fuck up with Benghazi was like the end of the world when George W. Bush rolled us into fucking Iraq and Iraq didn't do anything to us.
That's so true.
So I don't know. Yeah, I just came up here just to vent it out with a little bit. I got an actual stream coming up in about a week or so when I got some free time. Michonne, look.
I gotta put you in I'm gonna put you in Kofa category. What is going on?
I stream more than Kofa. Michonne, when that When that goddamn job is offering bonuses, I go work every fucking day they're offering a bonus.
Okay. That makes sense.
So I mean, I go, if they offering a bonus for 15 days, I'm in that bitch for 15 days.
Okay.
And they be trying to cut me.
I bet, because you're over there threatening the white women.
And I'm gonna break the clock. They be like, you can't. They be like, you can't. You've been here 6 days. It's continuity of care and danger to the patient. And I be like, call security. I'll leave.
See, you better calm down.
When it come to Michonne, I'm by myself. I ain't got no what you call that, partner. Shit, I gotta get all I can get.
He said partner.
Partner. You know I don't believe in that partner shit. I ain't got no partner. So I gotta get all I can get.
Crazy.
Shit. Look, if they come up and say we gonna have bonuses for actually they did that over the summer. They had bonuses for 45 days. I think in that 45 days I took 4 days off.
Do what you gotta do. That's what men do. They work. They work.
They be trying their asses to bring me up out of there, boy, but they just ain't got nobody coming in. But don't they want to put it with that bullshit?
Mm-hmm.
Understand.
Mm-hmm.
Good. All right, y'all. Well, I'm out of here. I'm tired.
Go ahead,
all right.
I'm just gonna recognize these super chats and I'm gonna get up out of here.
All right. Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Good night.
Let's see. All right, take heat. Hold on a second. Let me recognize these super chats. Miss Sean, with the channel membership. Shout out to Take Heed to the message. What's up? Fatty just became I think he renewed his YouTube membership. Thank you, Fatty, for that. And Fatty gifted 5 memberships. Somebody else, let's see. That was it. And then we got our boy Kofa in the building with the $10 super chat. And I want to say thank you for the memberships and the super chat. I got all the stuff out of line. I don't even know. Keep it gangster, y'all. Keep it gangster.
Keep it gangster, dog. Keep it gangster. Keep it gangster, dog. Keep it gangster. Keep it gangster, dog. Keep it gangster. Keep it gangster, dog. Keep it gangster.
Yeah, this whole friendship thing, I understand why you said what you said. You know what I mean? Watching and thinking about what has been transpiring and what has happened over this last year. And it's kind of sad because we were once upon a time a very communal people. We didn't do the shit that we're doing to one another. You know what I mean? You couldn't take a man's wife and mistreat her in the way that you were mistreated. You couldn't do that. You couldn't do that and get away with it. You didn't even have to worry about her husband. Shit, it might be her husband's brother or whoever fucking caught wind. You know what I mean? So now I'm telling the truth. Now I'm telling the truth. So yeah. Can you be? What was the title? No friends on YouTube? Apparently not. Apparently not. And so when you up here and you seeing these people, you just got to understand that the majority, that 90% of what you're seeing from a lot of these cats, it's they're coming from snakes. Look at Cooley in the gymnastics that he's trying to do now to save his channel. Just phoniness all the way around. I don't have it in me, and I know a lot of people say this. I don't have it in me to play a certain person while I'm live, and then when I turn off the damn camera, I'm something else.
Oh,
I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to. I don't. But there are a lot of people who on screen, they're like, they're one type of person, and then you catch them behind. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, sometimes I collaborate with somebody, right? And then they'll be on their stream talking about people being, people's follow-up professionalism, and then you'll collaborate with them. They be the most unprofessional motherfuckers on the planet. You be like, nigga, you were just talking about professionalism, and you're not. You've done like you've been up here when I've done a couple collaborative streams, and I handle business. And if I'm going to collaborate, and when I collaborate with somebody, if I tell you ain't got to go do no work, you ain't got to go do no work. I do it all for you, and it's timely. I keep you up to date. If there's a piece that you need to do, I get the information to you. And not one time do you come up here, well, except for today, would you come up on the stream with me and we collaborated, and you got to worry about what you got to do, or you don't know what might be going on. I'll send you the clips that we're using. I'll send you everything. This is what we're doing. Here's the outline. Now, we might get up there. It might not go exactly the way it's outlined, but at least you got a plan. At least you have an idea. And I do that because for you to help me stay on the task of the topic, for somebody. But you got people out here who say that they like that, and then you try to collaborate with them behind the scenes and nothing. And you got people who be like, if you ever need me, just call me, or I'll reach out. And no, and they don't. They lie. I can't do that because that's not who I am. I believe my word means something. I believe it means something. I believe if I'm going to call you a friend or say I'm cool with you, that means something to me. And if there becomes an issue, I'm not for the Fire Up Through the Fire podcast and go and do a 2-hour roasting on Take Heed. If I got a problem with Take Heed's phone gonna ring.
I'll share something with you. I respect the person more that if we got a problem, you call me.
It's easier to fix.
Talk. You know what I'm saying? And that's the type of woman that I am. If I get a chance and I see you in a space that I'm in, and I get a chance and I got a chance to say something to you, we need to talk. It's better that way, because the way they fuel stuff on social media is wild. And you will have people that you thought was in your camp be the same ones kicking your back in. That's why I listen. I encourage anybody to watch from the clouds. I encourage anybody to watch from the clouds, and that's how you find out who your real road dog. Because I'll share something with you. Just because I said on my channel that I don't have friends, that doesn't mean I'm willing to cross you. That doesn't mean that I believe that if some shit happened to you, I'm gonna go help them do some shit. No. Even if I said that you are my acquaintance and you have my motherfucking phone number, okay? You my acquaintance, but you have my motherfucking phone number. I'm not going to just go and say, oh, well, as a collective, we not talking to this person, so you shouldn't be talking. Who said that? Who said that? Once again, I came out my mama, but JJ alone. Once again. So I'm not on some train like everybody else. Mm-hmm. If I like you, I'm gonna say something to you. I'm gonna rock with you. I'm gonna shout you out. That's how I am. First of all, this nonsense that's going on YouTube is nothing but high school. So I don't have time for all that. I don't have time for none of that food.
When I call you or interact with you offline, I'll either text you and I'll say, can you talk? Or if I just call you, if I call you directly, do you remember when you answer the phone, do you know what the first thing I always ask you?
Oh, yeah. You said, are you busy? Can you talk?
Is this a good time?
Every
time, if most of the time I'm texting you to see if it's okay. But if I call you, the rare times I will just call you, when you go, hello, sir, the first thing out of my mouth is this a good time?
Mm-hmm.
Because because you are a married woman with a family. And that's my way of saying, telling you if it's, no, sir, it's not a good time, I'll call you in an hour. You know what I mean? It's respect. Messy Michonne. Messy, this is TJ. When you get a minute, give me a holler. And if it's something that I really need to give back, I'll tell her what it's about. It's about this. And the 1 or 2 times I've called her and she's answered the phone, first thing out of my mouth, is this a good time? Because sometimes you'll answer and you're answering just because just because it's just me, but it might not necessarily be the most appropriate time. So when somebody invites you into their space, you respect it. Now, Kofa, I'm all kind of disrespectful with Kofa. I'll call that nigga 3 o'clock in the morning if I got to. That's my dog. I'm going to call him at 3 o'clock in the motherfucking morning. I don't give a damn. I don't care if he mid-stroke. Nigga, answer the phone. But being a little different, because I know Kofa, if it's not a good time, the nigga he just not gonna answer the phone. You know what I mean? But he will hit me back. He be like, "Yo, bro, you call." But a lot of people have, and the one thing that I do not ever want to do, and that's why I limit my interactions or how often. You know how many times I have big bright ideas? I'm like, oh, I limit it because I don't want to cause no tension in your home. And the way you don't do that is you respect, especially when it's a lady who's married like you and Michonne. I don't want them. I don't want them problems from. I used to be a husband. I know what kind of problem a husband can be. Because I'm a whole fucking problem. So I try to be respectful. And so I'm gonna say this, take heed, and we're gonna I'm gonna play the outro. We're gonna get out. We'll talk a little bit afterwards. For those who don't understand and try to cause problems or come to friendships or whatever acquaintances not in good faith, here's what I got to say to you motherfuckers. Fuck you.
Personality. I know your anger. I know your dreams. I've been everything you wanna be. Oh, I am the cult of personality. Like Mussolini and Kennedy. I'm the cult of personality. The cult of personality. The cult of personality.